I'm Shane with JS.Survival. I'm here to kind of show you how to make a good bird nest and how to set up a good fire leg, because it's very important that if you don't have those things ready to go, sometimes you only have one shot to get a good fire, so you want to make sure everything is set right. I'm going to reach over here and grab a couple smalls here. You want to make sure you have small twigs. I call them smalls, but you want to make sure you have a good small. You want to lay some larger sticks down on the ground just to kind of keep it off, so you don't want the conduction to draw out all the heat, because there's three things you need to make a good fire. You need heat, fuel, and oxygen. If you don't have any one of those three, you're not going to make a fire. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make it out of some char cloth, and once I make this fire, I'm actually going to make some more char cloth, because when you make a fire, you need to make sure that you're getting ready for the next 2 or 3 fires later, because the first fire is generally the hardest one to kind of reproduce. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to get over here in the sun. I'm actually going to do this one with off of solar, and I'm going to blow into this bird nest. I'm going to get this bird nest lit, and then I'm going to reach over here and put it in this fire. Once I get this fire going, I'm going to take, and then I'm going to show you how to get everything kind of set up with your canteen container, and show you how to make some char cloth. Okay, so stay with me while I rearrange the camera, put it over here in the sun, so I can kind of show you how to do it through solar. Alright, so as you can see, I got my bird nest here. I kind of got it zoomed in, but I want to show you on my keys, I actually keep a pill bottle. The reason why I do that is because it's got an O-ring that wraps around it. So when I do make char cloth, I can actually keep it in here and keep it dry. Now, I can, with my magnifying glass, let me take this off. I can take, I don't know if you can kind of see, I will kind of turn it. I can take and start it like that. As you can see, it's already starting to smoke. And it's staying smoke. I could work with that, you know, if I had to. But if I got a little bit of char cloth, I mean, this is how quick. I mean, once I get a bead on this thing, this char cloth here. Alright, so I got it with my char cloth, so I'm kind of blowing this thing. Alright, so bear with me. As you see, I went ahead and had to take it because it lit so quick, so I had to take it and carry it over here real quick. And then I take all these smalls and then I'll lay it on top of it. It'll get going here in 1 second. But we'll wait till it gets going. I'm gonna go ahead and get my bottle ready. Alright. So as you see, I got my fire going. So what I want to do is I want to kind of bring it up in front of me. So I have my canteen, as you can see here. I took my lid off of it because I don't want it to melt. Now I have my canteen cup. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 100% cotton material, like my cloth bandana, okay? Cut me off a couple pieces. Just shove them right in there. And I'm going to throw my lid right on it like this, okay? From here, I'm going to lay it right on this fire. And I want to take, kind of move some of these sticks around here. Now, one thing about when you make char cloth, people always wonder if how long you keep it in. You can keep it in as long as you want to. As long as no oxygen gets to it, you're fine. So what you want to do is just let it sit in there. So as you see, it's kind of got a little smoke kind of coming around it. Once that smoke kind of dissipates, what I'll do is I'll take it off there, let it cool, Make sure it's good and cool to the touch, and then it should be ready. So, well, I think you guys got the point. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this, and then I'll continue it up once it's. You know what? I'm gonna leave it go, so that way you can watch the whole process, other than the cooling process. Some people, when they try to make char cloth, I'm gonna grab a little tin real quick out of my bag. Some people like to kind of use Altoid tins or something like this to make char cloth. To me, they don't work too well. What they're better used for is using something like a cell needle, keep a little bit of bang line or something like that in it, a few razor blades. It's a good organizer. In a pinch you could, but this works 10 times better. All right, so it's stopped smoking, so it's good to go. Let me grab my E-tool real quick. All right, so let me go dig in here real quick. Gotta keep this thing out. So get away from the fire so I can pick this thing up. Fire is hot. Woo. Alright, so I got it out of the fire. I'm gonna turn my camera over here so you kind of see. Alright, so I got it sitting over here cooling. So once it's cool where I can touch it, I'll take and flip it over and show you what it looks like. So stay tuned. Alright, so I'm back. Alright, so I got my container. It's cool to the touch. It's still a little warm, but it's not hot enough where as soon as oxygen gets in here, it's gonna make a fire. Because like I said, when you take a triangle of fire, you gotta have fuel, oxygen, and heat. Okay, the heat of this, and I got the fuel, which is my char cloth, my piece of material. If I take away the oxygen, that's how I make char cloth. If I didn't have that, the piece of cloth would set a fire and then it would be pointless. So that's why you want to wait till it cools, because that way when you take it off, it's cooled enough where you don't have the heat. So therefore you won't have a fire. Alright, so I'm just going to take this off so you can kind of see. Alright, so tap it down there. It's in here, so put my finger down. There we go. So here is those two pieces of that red bandana. As you see, it's black and charred. I'm kind of get a little closer so you can see. So now it'll hold a spark. So what I'm going to do is since I have it like this, I'm actually going to show you what it'll look like. I'm going to grab my ferrocerium rod real quick and I'll just throw a little spark on it so you can kind of see. I just got my little pocket one here. It won't take much, so if I just take and just one little poke, I want to see if I can make sure this thing focuses in. As you can see there, see how it's lighting up? Glowing red. We'll go ahead and break that off because I'm actually going to use that. But that's how you make char cloth. So what you want to do is, now keep in mind this is a big piece. I could break this off in smaller pieces and things like that and kind of make it work. So now that I'm done, I'm going to put it back in my container here. So that way, when I need it, it's there and it's in a waterproof container. So I'm good to go.